The limo dropped Hook and Tink off in the front of the castle. Everything was silent but a simple breeze that danced around them with joy. They both began speaking in unison.
After you
go. They laughed.
Did you enjoy yourself, Tink?
Yes, I really did. The museum was everything I thought it would be, but you were more than I expected.
Tink,
Hook never finished his thought, for Tink planted her cupid lips on his for good measure. He was caught off guard, but would be lying if he was not pleasantly surprised. Her lips tasted of spring and honey. Unfortunately, he had an audience, and they were not as pleased. Hook escorted Tink into the castle. Meanwhile, the other contestants gathered to commiserate. They were all less than amused and quite miserable.
We all know he has to pick one, but it hurts because we're all friends.
You ain't kidding. Tink's my girl, but I wanted to effing punch her throat just now. It is safe to say we all have feelings for Hook. We must let him decide who he wants at his side forever. The evening remained a silent one. It was as if the castle itself slept along with them. A couple of days went by before the next date. It was with Smee. They flew to Brazil, a place they both loved. They enjoyed a wonderful bike ride at sunrise before the plaza became riddled with tourists and locals. Smee and Hook had been there before many years ago, so their sightseeing was extra special as they reminisced about the good old days when she pretended to be a boy and Hook was learning to be a pirate.
Look, Hook, that's where we hid Bones' socks, remember?
He almost tarred and feathered you, Smee.
You hid me in your room for a week, remember?
It was too. He would have murdered you.
No, I was safe, Hook. I had you.
Hook smiled and urged her to get on his bike.
Hold on tight, Smee. We're going to go fast.
I'm on top of the world!
They whizzed in and out of the alleys, recalling fond memories of yesteryear. Next, they joined a wine tasting tour and talked some more about the old days when they settled a bit.
Hook?
Yes?
If this would not have happened, the whole king thing, would you have been a pirate forever?
I will always be a pirate at heart, Smee.
I don't think you understand yourself, Hook. You were never a pirate to begin with.
Her statement was half parts bold and half parts truth. He was not like the other pirates, that he knew. He was more educated, more strategic, but Smee specifically meant his heart. He was always gentle, and his intentions were always noble.
Hey,
he interrupted the serious nature of their current conversation.
I dare you to tell jokes at the mic like you used to.
She didn't think twice about it. She leapt from the bar stool and sauntered to the mic.
Is this thing on? What do you call a sad cup of espresso? Depresso. What do you call a fake noodle? An impasta. Where do animals go when their tails fall off? The retail store.
Her jokes were so lame, he couldn't help but scratch his head, but cheered for her regardless.
What do you call a girl who has loved her best friend for decades?
Hook was rooted to the spot after her last attempt at jokes, and she realized how awkward that entire scenario was.
Hey, she interrupted herself. Let's go to the cemetery. I want to see Ruth.
Are you sure you want to go there?
Yes, it's my ritual, albeit weird, but a ritual nonetheless.
Very well.
He was thankful for her own interruption. When they arrived at the cemetery, Smee went first. He always gave her a head start. She had an old friend that died in Brazil, and she would always go to her tombstone to pay her respects and share her most recent events. It was both bizarre and endearing, but that was his Smee, his best friend, He paused his thoughts to interrupt Smee and ask for a quick sit-down and chat.
I have to ask you something, Smee. Do you remember when this challenge started and how I bribed you to join the competition?
Yes, it's the reason I'm here.
I just want you to know you don't have to be here anymore if you do not want to. You don't owe me anything, and this is too much of a responsibility to place on anyone unwillingly. I've come to the realization this is not a game. It's an enormous sacrifice. You would need to be willing to give up everything for this kingdom. For me.
Do you think I wouldn't? Damn it, Hook. Do you think I haven't already?
She stood up in a hurry to face the courtyard.
Why are you so blind? Why can't you see that I would give my life for you? That I would die 1,000 deaths?
Smee, I would as well. You know that, but running a kingdom,
It's your excuse to eliminate the competitors. To eliminate me. But you know I would say yes to that question. So say it, Hook. Say what you really feel. Say what you need to say. Say what's in your heart. Let your heart dictate who to be with. Not this cockamamie question of sacrifice, of burdens. Ultimately, the sacrifice is yours to make, not ours. We all love you, you idiot. We've all sacrificed to be here for you. Tell me, what's in your heart? Am I even there? Anywhere?
Yes, of course, Smee. You will always be, but not in the way you deserve, Smee. I am not the one that will make you deliriously happy, because...
Say it. She gritted her teeth with annoyance.
Because...
He sighed.
I am not in love with you, Smee.
Smee gasped. The nightmare that were his words spilled out from him and cut her into a million pieces.
Smee.
He tried to touch her shoulder, but she shrugged it off. Don't. I can find my own way.
Smee.
She walked away, head held high. Her heart was irreparably shattered, and maybe would never heal. But she was proud of her love for him, and he would never take that away from her. No one would. This is what Hook dreaded. The eliminations were one thing, but losing his best friend? 1,000 blades in his belly would sting less than this scenario.
He damned the day he concocted his plan to cheat through this competition, and now he was reaping what he sowed. He gave her some time alone, but he needed to make sure she was okay. He found his way to her resort room and found her door locked, but he could see her through the glass door.
Smee, I can see you are there. Please, shall we talk?
Go away, Hook.
Please, Smee, we cannot end it like this.
This is exactly how it needs to end. I was never your charity case, Hook, nor a plaything. I was your friend. You were my everything. And I need you to be happy, even if I will never be with you. Please, don't make this harder for me. I can't see you with someone else. My already broken heart can't bear it. So please, let me find my own way home.
Smee was a strong woman, a gem, an inspiration, and stubborn. He knew he wouldn't be able to convince her to talk anymore. He broke her, and he hated himself for it. But lying to her and leading her on would be disgraceful and something he couldn't do.
Smee, please know I never thought of you as my charity case. Never. I know it will never be the same between you and I, but understand, I will always be here for you. And will always consider you my very best friend.
And you mine.